Hi, this is Abhinav Singh Katal. I am an intern with the Sparks Foundation, and this video is regarding the task force 4 that was given to us under the data science and business analytics part, which is the stock market prediction. So let's start it. So first of all, I have imported the necessary libraries which will be used. Now I'm just trying to get the BSE data, the Sensex data, into the Sensex variable. So for that I have made a function by the name of dparser. What it will do is it will just parse the date. It will convert just the string that is given in the raw file into the date format. So pandas has this very good feature, which is the date time feature. It recognizes a date, and it actually understands how it is written. So in that file it's written in this format. So I'm using this format, giving that, see, this is the year, this is month and date, and between them this is one dash and there is second dash. So this is the format is given in the raw file, and it's just pd.datetime.strp time is just converting that into the date time feature, so that the system recognizes it as date. So here I'm reading the CSV file. I'm parsing it on the date column of the raw file, and I'm just applying the date parser as this function. So it will just create it like this. Now this is considered not as a string or an object. It is considered as a date. Now the system recognizes it as date. The rest of all of them are objects. So see, the data type of the date column is date time. So now it considers it as a date. So I've just tried to see what's the shape of that Sensex data. So it's around 1231 rows are there in 7 columns. So I've just tried to randomly see that is there any null values present in the data. So in close and open I've tried to see. So around 4 null values are there. This I've taken care in the last, I'll show you. So I just saw that ADJ close, this column is not of that much use, so I've dropped it. Now this plot I've made between the date column and the close column. So I'm just seeing with time how the close part, the closing value of the Sensex is getting affected over time. So from 2015, so I've taken data from last 5 years. So these 5 years, the closing range, it started somewhere here and it reached here. Before that in 2020 it reached there. So it's kind of it's increasing, it's somewhat increasing. You can just say the summary is that it's increasing. All right, so this is how the trend is going. This is, I think, due to the corona pandemic, that in 2020 it's steeply going down, and then it's recovering, and nowadays it's recovering. And so I've filtered the data according to the date, the given date, the starting date in the Sensex data which I've downloaded. It's 5 years, so I've taken it 2015, and the last date that we have been given in the news headline data, the last date is the 30th June 2020. So I've taken that date. So I've taken a filter and applied that filter on the Sensex data. So this is the head. It starts from this 2015, and this is the tail. It just ends here at 2020, 30th June. So this is how the data is looking right now. So I've made another variable. This is Sensex1. It is just storing the date part. So what this line is doing is, in the Sensex data, it is setting the index as date. So I'm doing this just to plot the pair plot of the Sensex1 data to see the behavior. So it's in pair plot, every feature is plotted against the other every features. So every other feature it is plotted. So SNS.pair plot sensex one, it will plot every column with the other columns. So this is how it's done. If I keep the date part also, so it will not consider, it throws an error that the date feature is there, because it's not plotting according to the date. It does not plot according to the time series. So it just plots the numerical features. That's it. So I had to keep it as you can delete it also, or you can, I just set it as the index. So here we can see that the high, low, close and the open part. So these four features are linearly almost like 90%, 95, 97% linearly connected to each other. So that is the main relationship that we can see through graphs. Other things are still, the volume part is still debatable, that it's not linear, it's showing some dots here, some dots here, but rest of the features are linearly connected to each other. So we can actually build a linear regression or multilinear regression model based on the data. So this is just to check that. Now I've done the same thing with the news data. I parsed the date in the same way, and then I printed the head. So this is how it's coming. So I've just seen the minimum and maximum date time stamp. So it's showing like this. So this is from 2001, so I'm just taking the last 5 years data. So that's why I'm just considering last 5 years data here also. So I'm just applying the same thing, filter, to filter it from the same dates as the census data is. And here I'm applying the filter. Now here, if we see the data after this, the index value actually starts from 2001. So till 2015 the index value is at certain number, so it gives us that index value by default. So I'm just resetting the index. It will just reset the index starting from 0 again and dropping the index column, because it creates an index column which contains the by default index also. So I'm dropping that column. So again, news.head, now the index is starting from 0. So this is the date, is the filtered out starting from 5th of October 2015. So now I'm just making use of NLP here. So in NLP, the natural language processing. The first thing you do is you tokenize the word. It's according to your need. So here I'm just importing the word tokenizer from nltk.tokenize library or module. So I'm importing this method. So I'm applying the word tokenize as a lambda function, as a function on headline text. This text I'm applying. Okay, so this is just to tokenize the words, that's it, nothing else. So I'm creating a new column as tokenized text. It will just apply the lambda the function on the headline text. Okay, I'm applying this on XS1. So this will just show you like this. So every word is different. It's coming as a list of different words. So every word is a different index in the tokenized text. So what I'm doing now is I have to search certain words, because all this news is comprised of, see, this is the news, all the news that came from 2015 till 2020. So I just have to filter out only the news of the Sensex, that's it. So what I'm doing here is I'm just taking a list of 3 words only, the Sensex, SNP and BSE. So here I'm taking tokenized text again. This one I'm taking to list, so it's in list. So I'm just comparing this one with every entry here, and then the whole data, this column. It's comparing these two things, and wherever it exists, any of the words, I'm just taking out the index number for that. So this is what it's doing. Okay, so it's just taking out the index number for that. So these are, I'm printing the index number. So these are all the index numbers which have any Sensex news in them. at least what I have given. Okay, so now, so this is just I'm storing what I'm storing in news is I'm storing news.ilog index1. So this index1, so every row on these index is going to come, and column will be from 0 to 4. So every column, but these only rows which has these index numbers, so those are coming. So these are the index numbers which were there, and the rows, and this is all the Sensex data which is filtered out. So here I'm using another NLTK method, which is the sentiment intensity analyzer. So what it does is it is comprised, it is there in the weather module, which is nothing but it's the definition is given: Valence Aware Dictionary for Sentiment Reasoning. It just gives you, it does the analysis on the text part and gives the polarity of the sentiment on that text, and also the intensity, also how much negative it is, how much positive it is. So between -1 to 1, it gives the polarity. So you can import it from this module. Now I'm creating object weather, so I'm just doing it on the score part. Okay, so I'm creating a new column as score, which will just create, or which will just have the polarity scores of this text. So I'm applying it on news headline text, so I'm applying it on this. So you can give any unstructured data to this sentiment intensity analyzer, and it will analyze it like that. So just if you just apply the weather polarity scores, so it will just store it in the score column which will be created. So this is how it will be created. So negative, neutral, positive, and the compound. 4 features are given here. It's a dictionary of 4 keys, and the values are given. Compound is nothing but the intensity of the, if it is neutral 0.6, it's positive 0.3. So the compound will be around, it will be positive only. Okay, so no negative is there. Some neutral is more, positive is less, so it will be positive, and it will be less than at least 0.3, but will be positive. So compound is something I am concerned about, because it is actually showing the intensity and the polarity of the sentiments of the news that is there. So what I have done next is, here I have again reset the index, because it's showing like this. So I've just reset the index, dropping the index column, so it looks like this. Now I've taken an empty list sentiment. What I'm doing is, for every data that is stored in firstly in the scores column, for the length of that sentiment, I'm appending only the compound. This is the key for that particular entry. I'm storing the compound part only in the sentiment, and it's a list. It will just append, and again I'm creating a new column as sentiment. So this is the sentiment we are actually concerned about. So what I'm doing next is, so I'm creating another data frame out of that news underscore new is equal to, I'm just concerned about the date and the sentiment, that's it. So I'm just taking these 2 columns. Now I'm renaming the published date column as date, because it should match the Sensex data. Because I will merge it later. So this is how it looks. Okay, it's renamed to date, then sentiment is there, date is there. So I am here just merging the 2 data, Sensex data and the new data, this data. So and I'm doing the left join. So the data in the Sensex will remain as it is, and the news underscore new data, which is, these columns, these dates which are there in the news underscore new data frame, those will be just joined as it is to the Sensex data. And where there is no date in the there is no news on a particular date in the Sensex data, nan will be. Sorry, actually my phone storage got full and I had to delete some files, so only the last part is left. So I'm just merging the data here based on the left join. So, and I'm applying it on the date field, so it's joining according to that. So there are such the nan field is there, missing field where the news is not there for that particular date. So I'm just filling it at 0 as a neutral response. I'm just filling it at 0. So I'm just dropping. So this is where I'm doing that part, that I'm dropping every missing value which is there in the open or close or wherever in the old data. Wherever there is any missing value, I'm just dropping it. So here I've just storing the independent dependent variables into x and y. So in independent, I'm just giving it as open, high, low, and of course the sentiment. And independent, I'm just going to predict the close part. So this is a train test split just to train the model, split it into two parts. That is based on what we can see here. It's 80% is the training value, training data, and the 20% is the test data. After that, I'm just creating a model of linear regression. It's actually a multi-dimensional linear regression, multi-variable, you can say, linear regression. So I'm creating a model out of that, and I'm fitting it with the X train and the Y train. So the model is created here, and the score, if I check, it's actually showing as 99.94% accuracy. It actually checks based on, because it's a regression value, so I think it checks around 10% of the value that is coming in the prediction part in the X test value, the Y test. It just checks if the value that is coming is in the 10% framework of the actual value. So I think that so yeah, so here I'm predicting, I'm just using this model to predict. I'm giving, this is the part, so open, high, low, sentiment. So this is open, high, low, and sentiment as I'm giving as 0.55 positive and a 0.55 polarity, intensity. So I'm just seeing if this is what it gives. It is giving the close as the 27013.14 according to these readings. So I gave these reading according to this 10th part. These are the readings that I gave, these three readings, and 0.55 here I gave. So actual reading is 27010.14, and what I am getting is 27013. So only 2 points difference is there. So the accuracy is actually quite high in this case, as we can see that 27013 is the model value that the model has given us, and 27010 is the actual value which is already there in the model. So I think it's a pretty good model that has been created, and this is, I think, the hybrid model because both the historical data and the sentiment value is here analyzed in the model, considered in the model, and then the model is made. Thank you so much.